In today's archives, we are looking at the moment ice shows up. Why is everything suddenly chaotic? But first, let's be clear. Some of the situations discussed involve real people and real consequences. The goal here is not to sensationalize, but to bring awareness to how quickly situations can escalate. There are moments that don't start chaotic, but become chaotic the second a certain presence enters the scene. And lately, that present has been ICE. ICE. Not just behind the scenes, not just paperwork, but showing up in real time, in public, in places people don't expect. We're talking airports. We're talking the streets. We're talking routine situations that suddenly don't even feel routine anymore. And we all know when ICE shows up, it's not just about enforcement, it's about reaction. In STJ Squad, we know that most situations do not start with yelling. They start normal. People talking, people moving, people going on about their day. Then suddenly, who are they? What's going on? Wait, ICE? And just like that, everything shifts. The tone changes. The body language changes. The energy changes. Because let's face it, at this point, it's no longer a regular situation. What makes these moments powerful isn't just enforcement. It's the confusion. People don't always understand why someone is being taken, what's happening at the present moment, what rights they have, what rights were violated. And then that confusion turns into fear. Then it turns into frustration. Then it turns into resistance. And then sometimes it just turns into pure panic. This when we start hearing things like, what's going on? Why are they taking them? They didn't do anything. And now the situation is no longer controlled. It's emotional. Hands down, this is where it all goes left, because one emotion enters, or once several emotions enter, control starts to leave. Voices get louder, movements get quicker, people step into phones coming out, recording everything around them. Other people step in. Now it's not just ICE in one person or ICE in several people now. It's ICE against an enormous crowd of people. And when this comes, we start seeing that we have to deal with certain types of pressure, certain types of tension get started. Now these unpredictable moments aren't private anymore. They get recorded, as we talked about, posted, they get shared, and now everyone has an opinion. Some say they're doing their job. Others say this shouldn't happen like this. But what people don't always realize is you're watching a situation unfold in real time without knowing everything behind it. The real issue isn't just ICE showing up. It's how fast everything changes when they do. A normal moment becomes high tension, unpredictable, emotional, and in those moments, decisions matter. What someone says matters. What someone does matters. How someone reacts. It all matters. Because these actions always deserve a reaction, which can completely change the outcome of things. What would make this really more serious is what would happen if things just kept on escalating, because in high tension situations like this, everything depends on perception. If either side feels threatened, backed into a corner, forced to respond, reactions don't just slow down, they speed up. They speed up to the point where decisions become faster, communication becomes weaker, and mistakes become more likely. This is where things can shift from controlled responses to unpredictable outcomes, because once that line is crossed, it becomes wider conflict. It becomes more regions involved. It becomes more people affected. Let's think how escalation doesn't always happen gradually. Sometimes it happens just in one single moment, one decision, one miscalculation, one reaction that goes further than expected. And when that happens, it becomes harder to contain. That's why being aware and keeping your eyes on situations like this matter, not just because of what we are seeing now, but because what they can turn into in the future. These situations are not always black and white, but one thing is clear. The moment ice shows up, everything changes. And if you're not prepared for that moment, you might not be ready for what's coming next. If you like deep conversations like this, grab your STJ merch and a copy of the Spilling the Juice book series at spillingthejuice.com. Also available on Amazon and all major book platforms. STJ Archives, signing off.